The biggest challenges we face is there's always going to be issues, whether it's mechanical issues, just wear and tear items that are breaking, or people's trash cans not getting picked up on time, or people forgetting to roll their cans out. It's always going to be something. Being a business owner, every day you wake up, there's going to be a challenge that you face. It's if it was all perfect and gravy, everybody'd be doing it. But you have to roll with the punches for sure.
Welcome back inside of Trash Chatter. I'm your host, Victoria Conway, and today I am pleased to be joined by Jesse Raleigh out of Kingsport, Tennessee. His company name, Clean Can Solutions. They started with an SB2 last summer. Jesse, how are you?
I'm doing great, Victoria. Thanks for having me on the show. I'm really excited.
Absolutely. Your dad told me you like to do the talking, so that's why he's off camera and you're going to take care of this episode for him, right?
I guess I just do a lot of rambling. I don't know if it's really talking, but I just ramble on. So yeah, I guess he's right.
Awesome. Well, then, before we get into maybe some of the details about your business, I want to take you back to last year to see how did you and your dad stumble into trash bin cleaning? Whose idea was it? And how did this project get started?
Yeah, well, so he works at a car dealership, and I was in the landscaping business, and we've both been kind of looking at what's an option, what's an idea that we could take and expand, get into a different line of work. We're both kind of burnt out on what we were doing and looking for alternatives. And so we've always had that, kept our eyes open for looking for that next chance to go down a new path. And believe it or not, I actually found out about trash bin cleaning on TikTok of all things. At the time, my son was just a couple months old, and um, I was also, thinking, "Oh gosh, my trash can is horrible." And, I must have made the comment to my fiance at the time, and I guess maybe TikTok heard that and just started putting all these trash can videos on my page. So I was very interested in it, and I showed my dad, and he seemed very interested as well. So we looked into it, and long story short, we made it happen. We flew down there to Florida to meet with your dad, John, and I guess the rest is history.
Absolutely. I remember talking to your dad like on a Tuesday, and he's like, "Well, we're excited. We're ready to get going." How long do you think that ramp up period was from when you saw the idea and you're like, "Hey, this is just a fun idea," to, "Okay, we're going to put an order down. We're going to get started and clean trash bins for a living"?
So it was actually a very fast process. I got the idea. I think it was January of 2023. And I believe it was by March or April. We were on a plane ride down there to Miami, and then we took the initial step of going down there and talking to your dad and really doing our work and making sure it's something we wanted to commit to, because it's obviously a big investment and a long term commitment. So um, it was a very fast process considering everything that was taken in. So like I said, I think we received the machine, or I think it was July. It was a couple of days before the 4th of July parade here in our hometown. So it worked out really good. That was a very fast turnaround in my opinion. So
Yeah, it's definitely an ideal time to get started in the summer, right around the holiday. I think a lot of people get their eyes on the trailer and that excites it. In 1 year of doing business, Jesse, what would you say has been the most surprising aspect of running your own company?
So I guess the most surprising thing is, in those few months leading up to getting the machine, we did our research, and we met with our some city officials and stuff, and we've got a program here in town that helps small businesses get up and get going. So we had a couple of meetings with them, and they really directed us in the right direction, and helped us kind of look into the demographics and who our targeted market would be and stuff. And I guess the biggest thing that surprised me was our intended audience was actually slightly off than who our customers are now. We were expecting a little bit older crowd was going to be our audience, but it ended up being actually a little bit younger, um, which is no big deal. I guess it actually worked out better for us like that. But um, I guess that was the biggest surprise that we you know that we got. So
Absolutely. I mean, I think I was talking to somebody yesterday and I was saying, they were like, "Who's the target audience?" I think it's still such a new industry that we're all still figuring it out. And in some areas, yeah, it might be the older community that can't clean their own bins. But at the same time, for us personally, at least down here in Miami, 35 to 55-year-olds, middle income with kids at home, they're busy on the weekends. They don't want to spend their time cleaning trash bins. And, 25, $30, it's spent elsewhere. So that's neat that you guys have also found that out in Tennessee. As we're inside a Trash Chatter, Victoria Conway, alongside Jesse Raleigh, him and his dad running their company, Clean Can Solutions. They're about a year into their business. And one thing I've noticed, Jesse, from just, some of the forums we're in, you guys do a lot of cleanings with waste haulers, I believe, some bulk cleanings. What are those processes like, and how does that compare to maybe your regular residential accounts that you all are also servicing?
So about 3 years ago, I guess when COVID started, our city decided that they were going to do away with the recycling program. So what they did is they just allowed everybody to keep their recycling cans, but use them as a secondary trash can. Well, I think it was the month we received the machine. They sent out, an email to everybody informing the community, "Hey, we're going to be collecting those secondary trash cans, the former recycling cans. If you'd like to use them as a second trash can, we're going to charge whatever it is per month for the extra can. And if you don't want them, we're going to come out and collect them." So, long story short, the city ended up collecting, I think it was a little over 14,000 uh, recycling cans, and they took them to our local landfill to store them. And what they're doing is they're pulling them out 400 cans out a month, 400 cans a month, and having us come in and clean them, and then they're reissuing them as trash cans. So we really, really got lucky on the timing of that, and it was a really cool situation how it came about because we caught wind of it. We knew it was coming. So I actually went down to the public works office, and I talked to the main guy over public works, and told him what we had, and told him what we can do, and I pretty much offered our help to them if they needed help cleaning trash cans or whatever. Because I didn't, from what I understood, they didn't have a machine like we had or anything like that. But surprisingly, I got shot down pretty quick. The guy pretty much told me, uh, you know, no thanks. You're more than welcome to leave a card here, but we've got our own machine for cleaning. We take care of all that. So, I kind of walked out of there with my tail between my legs, I guess, and went on with it. So no big deal. But I think it was about probably about a month later, my dad got a phone call from a gentleman, and uh, he was asking him, "Hey, can you give me more information about the business? How does it work? Blah blah blah." So dad gave him the rundown on it. Long story short, the guy that called him was the assistant public works director, which is one step below the guy that I talked to. So he ended up having us come in there and talk to him in person, and he ended up convincing the first guy I talked to. So long story short, we now clean cans for the city of Kingsport for, like I said, for about 400 a month, and I think that was pretty interesting that the first guy shot us down, but the second guy actually seen us out in his neighborhood, and we ended up there in the long run. So it's definitely paying off. It's a you know very very lucrative a contract, I guess you'd say, but we stay very very busy with them. We're very fortunate for them.
That's incredible. And that's sometimes the story of business. You get shot down and you never know what opportunities pop up. So it's great that you even took the initiative to go down there, because I know there's plenty of people like, oh, I called. Sometimes you just have to show up and present it to them, and it might not be on the forefront of their minds, but down the road, it's very possible that they can call back, especially a lot of these cities. They don't know there's people like us out there doing it. So that's awesome to see. I love seeing the pictures you guys post. It's very encouraging, I think, for the entire industry. And Jesse, obviously you have that bulk cleaning, which is great, and obviously reoccurring revenue for you all. How does that compare to what you guys have done on the residential side with just regular accounts? What ways have you guys found to be successful in terms of marketing and picking up some of those other folks outside of that contract that you have?
Well, I want to say our biggest form of marketing is just being seen. We're pulling around a rolling billboard. You can spend, you know, tens of thousands of dollars on marketing, but until somebody sees you out, in their neighborhood, and understands what it is and sees the steam, they're always going to have questions. So I would say that is our best source of marketing, is just being out in neighborhoods, waving at people. We carry around door hangers that we hang on trash can handles anytime we're in a neighborhood doing a can. If we see more cans out, we'll hang. pay them on those to get the word out. But just having the brand awareness, running Facebook ads, Instagram ads, supporting, local T-ball teams or whatever it is to get your logo on the back of the shirt. Anytime people can see you, the more they can see you, the better off you are. So, like I said, our main thing is building is we're trying to build towards becoming just a local brand, have that brand identity, be trusted, and of course, you got to take care of everybody, treat everybody fair, and do great business. And fortunately, we've had great luck, and we have. I don't know if I told you or not, but we use MRP, which has been phenomenal with our routing and stuff. So, and great for communicating with our customers and following back up with them. So I think that's the big thing is like I said, just being out there, being seen, and letting people know that you're humans. You're just trying to make a living. And that another big thing too is we've been mistaken. Our people ask us a lot, hey, are you a franchise? And we're quick to let them know that we're not a franchise. This is something that we've started on our own. And you know what they're paying us to do is staying here in the community. It's not going to a big corporate company. you know so that's a big thing. People like to hear.
Absolutely. It's nice when it's locally owned. I think that brings a lot more excitement to folks and more likely for them to pass along your info to their neighbor or their family member. And I like, Jesse, that you mentioned My Route Pro because we'll get calls from people that are like, is routing software worth it? And what I tell them is like, you hope it gets to the point where it's worth it. Because yeah, if you only have 10 accounts, maybe you don't need it, but you want to get to that point where you need help with the automation. So maybe if you can explain a little bit how the automation helps you. Well, you're running an account with 400 bins, but you also have clients that are like, when are my bins getting clean? How does that automation help you as a business owner?
It is amazing. It is like the most stress-free thing in the world. So, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not even sure how other companies what how their software works, whatever software they use. When we came down to talk to your dad, I guess in March or April it was the first time he told us about John Michael in Myrtle Beach, and that he was developing this software. So we said we don't even want to bother with anybody else or anything else. So we went straight for it. So I think we were one of the first to to use it. And we went through the trials and errors with them. There was it's changed a lot over the past year that we've used them, but um, it's phenomenal because it sends messages out to our customers and let them know when we're coming. Communicates to them after we're done, let them know, hey, your bin's been clean. Thank you for your business. We look forward to seeing you soon. So it's really, it takes care of all the billing. It's just phenomenal. I couldn't imagine doing this line of work without it.
Absolutely. Well, glad that it's been successful for you and it's helped make things easier. I know that's their goal over at MRP is someone who's in the industry for as long as they've been in, just trying to help other people get started and make sure that we all grow together because it's a industry where we're all learning and I think it's awesome because a lot of people do share their insights like yourself that you're willing to come on this episode and talk about some of your experiences. And if you're enjoying this episode of Trash Chatter, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you get notified when they get released once a month. Jesse, a couple more questions before we wrap up. One of the things we always ask are, what are some of the challenges you experienced as a first time business owner in this industry?
Well, I guess the biggest challenges we face is there's always going to be issues, whether it's mechanical issues, just wear and tear items that are breaking, or people's trash cans not getting picked up on time, or people forgetting to roll their cans out. It's always going to be something. Being a business owner, every day you wake up, there's going to be a challenge that you face. It's if it was all perfect and gravy, everybody'd be doing it. So, you know, fortunately for us, we're you know very mechanically inclined, and that's helped a lot. Whether it could be an issue with like an unloader being bad or something, or blowing an O-ring out, or even picking a nail up in a tire. This is just stuff that's unavoidable. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. So I guess really being able to roll with the punches and fix stuff and carry on in a timely manner. Um, but that's another thing too is we've built relationships with these waste haulers and stuff. So they have issues as well. Just like, for example, last week I was out on a route, and I noticed one of the cans I had to clean the trash hadn't been picked up yet. So I was able to call one of the drivers, and ask him, say, hey, this trash can was to be picked up, but by 8 o'clock this morning, it's 12. Is everything all right? What's going on? And he was able to inform me, oh no, we had a hydraulic blowout. We're going to be a few hours behind. So you know, having relationships like that is very helpful in knowing, what's going on with them so we can move on to the next one and know to come back and get it, later the next day. So um yeah, it's you have to roll with the punches for sure.
Absolutely. I like that because I tell people all the time, like, if this took off in 3 months for everyone, we'd all be small business owners. So it's nice to hear other folks that are in the industry experiencing those same tribulations. And it's really how you respond to it, which is awesome to see how well you guys have done. And for you and your dad, as you guys started this business about a year ago, ideally, where would you like to see the company expand to? And what are some of your goals maybe for the end of this year into 2025?
Yeah, of course, just like from the beginning, our goal is just to keep growing and growing and growing. And, we want to use our SB2 to its full capacity. And when we can't keep up with them anymore, hopefully we'll be making the phone call back down there to your dad to be ordering another machine, maybe a truck or something. So that's the goal, is just keep growing, having that brand awareness, becoming bigger and bigger in the community, because we'd love to have multiple trucks out there servicing our area here at some point. So yeah, that's what we're going for.
Awesome, Jesse. Well, I continue to wish you and your dad the best of luck as you guys have grown exponentially as you first started. And you guys are just great people to deal with. You hear that from everyone down in the shop. So we appreciate you supporting sparkling bins and being such a strong proponent of the trash bin cleaning industry. Thank you for taking some time out of your day to join us today on Trash Chatter.
Yeah, absolutely, Victoria. I've loved talking to you, and hope to do it again soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much once again, Jesse Raleigh out of Kingsport, Tennessee. Make sure to check them out on Facebook, on Instagram, see some of the things they're doing and the successes they've found. And if you're interested in becoming your own boss, please visit our website to learn how to clean up your neighborhoods and begin the journey to starting your own trash bin cleaning business. Once again, Victoria Conway here inside of Trash Chatter. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you again next time.